I've got to say there was an element of gamesmanship about it, that if Newham and if the governors were serious about talking to us to avoid action, they could have done it before Christmas. Meeting yesterday, when a strike was taking place today, was quite clearly not a serious move, but nevertheless, obviously, as unions, we wanted to go there and to talk. And I think the main thing that came out of those talks, that it is absolutely clear that your governing body has been misled, that your governing body has been bullied by those who actually really want to push for academisation. Said that of 500 schools that have been deemed as being coasting, how many of those have been turned into academies? None. And not a single one. And that your governing body has been bullied to be said it's the only thing that can be done. There's no other way forward. It is just not true. The academy order can be legally revoked, and you're going to keep up the pressure, and let's try and make sure that that actually takes place alongside the other schools in Newham. So congratulations for your stand. Give yourselves a big cheer. And we're going to
I'll just add one personal note though. I used to manage the tutoring across the road at Newham Sixth Form College, where 2,700 overwhelmingly Newham students came from schools, particularly Cumberland, Royal Docks, Avenue and others, into our school. And I was always aware what a tremendous job teachers and TAs and staff had done in all Newham primary schools to help kids overcome all sorts of obstacles in order to fulfil their potential so that they could achieve their best when they came to Newvic, and then on to their jobs, their apprenticeships, and very many of them on to university. And that's what we're defending here. It is about jobs and it is about conditions, but those things are inseparable for the future of the kids of this borough.
By taking this action, even if it does become a matter, and we hope it does, and we'll fight that it doesn't, you come back to, you want more action, the National Executive will support you on that. But even if it does, you're showing any new management that you won't be walked on. You'll be much stronger as a union group for it.
They were never interested before. Why are they interested now? Because they look at the land, they look at the building, they look at the assets. They don't care about the children. You care about the children, we care about the children, and that's who we're fighting for.
Many congratulations for taking a stand, because you've been very brave and very courageous in what you've done. It would have been very easy just to keep your heads down and say there's nothing we can do about it, we give up, we're defeated, there's nothing we can do. But quite rightly, you didn't take that attitude. Instead, you decided to stand up for your principles and do the right thing, because there's absolutely nothing to be gained by Forest Gate taking over your school. They don't know any better than you. You can build your own school. You don't need someone to come in and tell you what to do or boss you around or try and undermine your terms and conditions. If they want to support you, that's one thing. You've got every right to stand up for your autonomy, every right to make sure that Cumberland School remains a community school, accountable to parents and its local community. Today is a very powerful stand you've taken, and I'm sure that we've got a campaign here that we can win.
Unlike the Labour councillors, some of them get it, some of them want it. It's really important that we've launched a campaign right across Newham against academisation. A key to this is the strikes that you're doing right across the schools that are threatened with academies. The trigger ballot with Sir Robin Wales and the loss of £52 million has put the current regime in huge jeopardy. In reality, every one of his officers, every one of his little inner group like Quentin Pepiat and other councillors are pursuing this agenda. But there are some councillors who stand with you. 5 or 6 really good councillors.
My name is Chester Young. I'm a parent in Cumberland. My son goes to the school, and also I was a parent governor in Hallsville and Kiahadi School for nearly 8 years. But eventually, when the policy to academize school came, I started to ask tricky questions on behalf of parents. And what NPW does was, NPW is a Newham partnership working that trains, recruits and places governors in governing boards around school. and this company became privatized in 2011, subsidized by Newham Council, and select governors themselves that are going to impose the academy on you. Whether parents or teachers oppose it, it doesn't matter. They have set to do it, and they're going to do it if we don't build up the campaign and resist this. And they ganged up against me, and they removed me from the governing board. The most experienced governor of 8 years, trained and knows everything. I'm in the school improvement committee, the finance committee. I inspired the school to innovate in music and art and all these things. They removed me from the governing board. And then when I submitted petitions signed by parents and the community, they rejected it. They accused me of harassing them. And at the end, they voted to carry on academization, ignoring parents. So this is the con that's happening. They've actually planned this since 2011, and they didn't tell us. It's a con, basically. They're defrauding us, and we should not accept it. They should listen to us as parents and teachers and the community, because this is our school. It's not their school.
You know, why have we been put into this position? It seems as though once you're in a school, the school is struggling, they use that to demoralise the staff, to make us feel that it's our fault and that the only solution is this academy. That isn't the case. That isn't the case across the country. And bit by bit we've realised, you know, our responsibility is to the children and it is to the community that we're serving.
Really annoyed yesterday that TAs were telling me, no, we're not going to come, we're going to lay in bed. If you join the union, we're all in it together and we all need to stick together at all the times. That's what it's all about, because there's been a lot of cuts, a lot of talks of cuts on TAs, and I think we're going to be the first in the firing line. So I think it's important that we all stick together.
Thank you.